Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so first I'm going to say I'm pleasantly surprised at the turnout today. I didn't even make enough copies. So thank goodness for Maureen. She's going to make some more copies. But so first I just want to introduce myself. I'm Wendy Bianchetti. I work for SSM Health. I'm the community health worker. Basically, my job is just to kind of push some of that healthcare stuff outside the hospital walls. I fortunately get to do these great fun events and get out into the community, do the farmers markets, do the library classes, teach fall prevention. I do some senior isolation classes. I do the hospital's Basket of Hope, which is taking food to people in need. So I get out there, meet a lot of great people, and do this sort of thing. So falling doesn't necessarily have an age limit. As we know, toddlers start to walk, they fall. We get older in age, we fall. The difference is
they're made of rubber and we're not.
Exactly. I'm going to remember that. If I can use that, steal that from you, I'm going to. Yeah, they tend to bounce back, get right up, run across, and where we are down on the floor trying to figure out how to get back up, and are we hurt? And studies also show that once we fall, the fear of falling becomes so great because we've hurt ourselves, we've hurt our pride, we fell in the middle of woodmans, then our fear overtakes us. I'm not going to go to Woodman's. I'm not going to go to the library. I'm not going to go out because that fear. And then that social isolation sets in, depression might set in, things like that. So if we just back up and we think about how to prevent some of those falls, just because you learn these things, Deb is an example, just because you learn these things, just because you exercise, doesn't mean you're not going to fall, but are you going to maybe be a little stronger? Doing some exercises and things like that. Are you consciously going to think, those stairs are wet, I should probably make a different route around my house? Or is that throw rug, I've tripped over that throw rug 3 times. Is it that important that I have that throw rug? That kind of thing. So I'm going to do just a little presentation. Then we have a wheel game that you can win prizes. And those are our fall prevention bags. And again, I don't have enough of those, but give me names and numbers, and anybody that might frequent the library often, I'll leave them with Maureen and you can come pick them up. And I apologize, I don't have enough of those. Okay, so falls are a threat to the health of an aging adult and can reduce the ability to remain independent. So according to the CDC, and this was a 2020 report, 36,000 falls among people 65 and older. So 3 million emergency rooms in 2020. So if you think about that, that's a pretty staggering number.
Especially in 2020.
Yeah, yes. Well, the report comes out in 2020. I'm thinking they probably got their stats from 2019. Everybody rushing to get the toilet paper kind of thing, maybe. So we are set out to try to lower those numbers. So what can happen after a fall? We kind of talked about that. We don't bounce back. So falls can cause broken bones like a wrist, arm, ankle, hips. Some pretty major injuries. And hopefully we have time today and we can go over a couple chair exercises, and I have a handout. If you're just sitting, doing nothing, do this. If you're just sitting in your chair watching TV, do this. Just those little dinky things will keep those muscles active, will keep those muscles stronger, because when we fall, what do? We're going to pop those wrists. I just was at a high school volleyball game yesterday, had the lovely, beautiful Crocs on, stepped down, foot slid down on my bottom, so but I popped right back up. So, but it happens in our everyday life, those just little slips and falls. So the really serious thing is head injuries, brain bleeds, things like that. So, you know, sometimes we fall, our head will hit a wall or hit, you know, cement or things like that. So if nothing else, don't hit your head. It's a serious injury. Many people that fall, even if they do not get hurt, become afraid of falling. We just talked about that. This fear can cause a person to cut down on going out, doing their simple activities. We kind of went over that already. So, what conditions make you more likely to fall, and what can you do to prevent these? So, I was just saying with those exercises, if that lower body, I'll even say your upper body, your arms, have any weaknesses, when you do fall, you're not going to be able to hold your weight, you're not going to be able to grab something, that kind of thing. Vitamin D. Anybody have an idea why you should take your vitamin D?
Because it's good for your bones.
Yes.
Oh, because I thought we don't get enough sun in this part of the country year round.
Yes, yes, exactly. Those are two, we soak it up in the sun. And here in Wisconsin, how much sun do we really have? Not enough to keep that vitamin D through our bodies. So that vitamin D is really important because, again, let's keep those bones strong so that if we do fall, we're not snapping them. So difficult walking and balancing. So if you feel unstable, it's really important to talk to your doctor, your physical therapist or whatever. Maybe a cane just to help you along. Do some of you feel like sometimes you're walking along and your balance just feels off? If that balance feels off, more than likely you could go down, and we don't want that to happen. So nothing shameful about having a cane with you. Let's get those canes out. See, she has one that matches her outfit. So you can do, you can buy them with bling. You can buy them every color to go with instead of matching our purses, now we can just match our canes. Use of some medications can affect the balance and how steady you are on your feet. Have you ever noticed taking a new med, all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, I feel a little dizzy. Does anybody take meds that really interfere with their balance or? Oh, good, a little bit. Yeah. And sometimes when you try a new med, you know, until I started working in the fall prevention area, I was one of those that was like, I'm not going to read the side effects. Taking a new med, not going to do it, because in my brain, if I see it or read it, it's going to happen to me. Like it was like a superstition kind of thing. Read those. They can look scary. Just remember that every little thing that gets reported has to go on those side effect reports. So don't think all those things are going to happen to you, but really pay attention. Does it say you may cause drowsiness? Well, don't go take a walk in the park by yourself after taking new meds if it says it's going to cause drowsiness or dizzy. So just be aware until you really know how that med's going to make you feel. Vision. How many remember getting their first pair of bifocals and nothing lined up? The stairs didn't line up, the doorways didn't line up, things didn't line up. Though that's a huge fall risk. So you want to just keep practicing with those bifocals and keep that hand on the hand railing and that cane firmly when you're trying new. And maybe your vision, some of you that don't wear glasses, maybe your vision is getting a little less accurate. So those could cause falls. So make sure that you get those annual eye doctor appointments in. Foot pain and footwear. On my way here, I was like, look, I didn't even wear a good pair of shoes for this demonstration. They do have a strap on the back. But a big thing is your shoes. Stop the world, look at your shoes in your closet and do like a shoe audit. Do they have a strap on the back? Do they fit securely to my foot? Do they have good soles? How's the tread on the bottom? Are they Crocs and you're going to fall down stadium steps like I did last night because my foot was really, you know how Crocs are, your foot's not really secure in them, they kind of slide around, and of course I had socks on, so you want to do that. So, and then the biggest one, the majority of our falls happen right at home. Does anybody have an idea of why?
Because you're there most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And aren't you pretty much comfortable in your house?
Right, yeah, paying attention.
You're not, yep. You're comfortable in your house. I've walked through this area with this throw rug 10 times in the last hour. I know it's there, but I have a phone call and I'm looking down and there's the, you know, there's the rug. Anyone have pets? Yeah. Yes. How much do our pets really care about us when they're in between our feet, right? So those pets, especially cats, like to do that. In between, like you're walking up the stairs and your kitty cat's like, I'm going to go with you. I have a 50-pound Labradoodle that has to be by my side every minute. I don't know how many times I've tripped over him. All right, so we probably answered a lot of these, but so that doing the strength and balance exercises, that asking your doc about that vitamin D. I just learned this, and so I'm going to share it. The stepping on class that I just did, we had a pharmacist come, and if you are on Medicare, you have a right to ask your pharmacist one time a year to go over all your meds. Did you guys know that? Yeah. I just learned that. So if you can bring in your list of meds, it can be any pharmacist. Doesn't have to be, say you go to Hy-Vee. You don't have to go to the Hy-Vee. You can go to the one downtown, forget the name of it, and just say, could you schedule me for an appointment to go over all my meds? And the pharmacist, I have been told, you know, just like everything else, there's a shortage. So it might not be something that'll happen right away, but it's something you can make an appointment for down the road, and they'll go over all your meds. So definitely pay attention to those meds that make you dizzy or sleepy. Have your eyes checked. Do the shoe audit. We talked about that. And then make your home safer. Getting rid of some of those tripping hazards. Install some grab bars if you need to in the bathroom. The best ones are the ones that you can actually put right into the wall. In my fall prevention bags over there, we do have the suction cup ones. Just be careful where you put those. Yep.
Wendy, can I share, one of the easiest exercises that I learned from stepping on was either doing up on your toes or going back on your heels. And that's a strength exercise you do 3 times a week. And I do 10 of them on each way. And I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I used to turn my ankle constantly. I will say in 8 years, I actually turned them this last week for the first time. Wow. So just that simple, like coming up like this and doing that 10 times, or I have to hold a chair for the back one, or going back on your heels like this 10 times. It's amazing. You wouldn't think that little bit would strengthen your ankles to keep you from turning your ankle and possibly falling, but it really does.
Yes. And you know when I do that one a lot, I'm standing at the grocery store and the line is 10 carts deep.
Hang on to your cart.
I hang on my cart, make sure that it's not going to roll away, but I just up and down, up and down. Yep.
But it's amazing.
Yep, and it does help. I think it helped when I slid down the stadium stairs last night. All right. Let's see what's next. Okay, now we have a video. This lady's here. The tech guy said, give me a second and it'll pop up. There it goes. So this lady here works in a healthcare system. She's just going to go around her house and kind of point out some of the things. So before we watch the video, let's see if we can come up with the things that she's going to talk about. So we talked about throw rugs. Anybody shout out anything else that we talked about? Pets.
Electrical cords.
Electrical cords.
Not lit areas, so you can't see well.
Dark areas. Yep. All right. So we got a couple of them. Let's see which other ones she comes up with.
Hi, my name's Julie Philbrook and I coordinate the injury prevention programs for Hennepin Healthcare. Did you know that falls are the most leading cause of injury for almost all age groups, and specifically for older people, falls in their homes? So today we're going to take a tour of a home and find out where the hazards are and also what you can do to make your home safer. So let's start out in the living room. So we're going to point out a few things. Looks pretty good right now, but a little closer look, you can see that we've got our cat here who loves to follow me around. And oftentimes pets can get underfoot, especially when you're cooking in the kitchen or cleaning. So you want to be sure that you know where your pet is. Maybe put a bell on your cat's collar or your dog so that you can know where they are so that they don't get in the way and cause you to trip and fall. Because we want to prevent the most serious injuries from falls are traumatic brain injuries. So we want to make sure that everybody stays safe and protects their brain especially. Another thing you might find in your home is you're running cords so that you can power up your computer or light your lights. Now these, of course, you get up, you can easily trip and fall on these. So you want to make sure that they're secured and out of the way, but never run the cords underneath a rug or a carpet. That's also could be a fire hazard. And then just something as simple as this rug that's pretty stationary, but you can see here that the corner is starting to come up. So you can get things to attach the rug to the floor or consider taking the rug up. If you think it's an issue or if you're having a concern about the corners turning up, you don't want to sacrifice your safety for the look of the room. Okay, so now we've moved into the kitchen, and there's a couple things in here that I want to point out that can be a safety hazard. And again, rethink about how you have your home set up. For example, they have this beautiful throw rug here that adds a look to the house and helps to maybe keep the carpet a little cleaner, but you can see here how slippery this is. This is a hazard for anybody walking in your home, young or old. So again, you may want to rethink having that down there at all, or we'll talk in a few minutes about what you can do to make it safer. Okay, next we'd like to talk about something we all think about every day, and that is putting on good, safe footwear. You want to make sure that you've got sturdy shoes that have got good grip on the surface so that you're not going to risk a fall. That's inside and outside of the house. Also, making sure that the shoes and coats and backpacks aren't left right by the door that somebody could come in and trip on. So making sure that your entrances to your home are safe for everybody that's coming in. So next we're going to talk about some simple things you can do to make your life a little safer and maybe even a little easier. One thing we suggest is if you're going to go out for a walk, and you're going to carry some items, a book or something with you, put it in a backpack and stick it on your back. That'll leave your hands free, allow you to maintain some good balance. When the rugs are on a slippery surface, you can get some gripper that you can buy. You can cut it to the size of your rug, and that'll help prevent some of that slipping. The bathroom has a lot of hard surfaces on it, and we find that a lot of people will slip and maybe hit their head in the bathroom. One thing you can do is you can get a rubber mat that you can put on the bottom of the tub to give it a little bit of traction there, but also making sure that the floors are dry and that you're not at a risk for falling in the bathroom. At night, you want to get a night light to put in the bathroom or other places in your home so that when you wake up, you're not confused on what direction to go and you can see where you're going, but then also go back to sleep safely. You can get a light to put on. Again, when you go out walking, you can put on this light and be seen when you're out walking. Bending down for people, sometimes if they've had surgeries and things, can be dangerous. Having a grabber in your home in different places will be helpful so you're not having to bend down and have a risk of slipping and falling doing that, something simple like that. If you are feeling unsteady, you could get a cane, and that will help you around the house or even outside to maintain some stability. You may want to ask to talk to a physical therapist, and they can help fit that cane and help make that work for you best. And then you don't want to be left without some way to contact people if you fall or have an injury. So if you're going to go down the basement or maybe outside to work on the yard a little bit, take either a portable phone if it reaches outside or your cell phone with you so that if something does happen, you're able to call for help. And the other thing to know is that if you are on any blood thinners, Coumadin, or Xarelto, you need to go to the hospital right away if you do feel that you've hit your head. And you know that is if you've fallen and you can't remember how you fell, or if, again, if you've had contact with a hard surface, you want to make sure that that bleeding is checked. Otherwise, you want to just monitor yourself for if you're having headaches and nausea and vomiting and other symptoms, you want to see a medical professional. But the most important thing is to prevent the injury from happening in the first place. Well, thanks for joining me on this home safety tour. I hope you found the suggestions helpful and that you will find things in your home that you can maybe upgrade to keep you as safe as possible.
Okay, so anything in that video that you were like, ooh, light bulb? I think the biggest one for me, and the biggest one while I was taking care of my parents, was I bought you a little small cell phone that'll fit in your purse or that will fit in your back pocket. I don't know how many times I'm out walking the dog in the winter, I go down, I'm okay, but I think to myself, what if I wasn't okay? I have no way except laying here and screaming and hoping a neighbor comes out to shovel their sidewalk soon. I have no way to call anyone and say, please help me or please come get me. So I think that's one that's really important. It's a hard one, but if we can just get in the habit. Yeah.
In reference to using a phone outside, I use a bucket, like an ice cream bucket, to set my phone into and put it close to where I'm at, but then I don't have to have it in my pocket. And I have larger phones so that it's hard to put in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of getting a small phone separately, I just set it into a basket or a bucket.
Something near you so that you can crawl to it. That's a great idea. Yeah. If you still have a landline and you have the bigger cordless phones, you know, those still, do you? Do they work in your,
These things work, and they're expensive, but it saves your battery when you're gonna be outside gardening for several hours in the heat and in the cold. But you don't have to go buy one of these. Take a koozie that you put on a can of beer and put your phone in that. It will keep the battery when you're outside for long periods of time in the heat. Last weekend, if you were outside, you know, you probably had battery challenges.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned earlier about skiing. I was with my niece and nephew one of those super cold days last winter, and we were out there and none of us could use our phone because it was way, I just was thinking you probably,
I have to call ski patrol if somebody
Yep.
gets hurt.
Yeah. Oh, great idea. Thanks for sharing that. One of those free beer koozies that you get at.
Yeah.
Way to use it. Good. Another one that I've just recently done in my house is just the simple night lights. I think I have one. I'll just show you. We have them in the bags here. So they just plug them in an outlet. And then when you shut that bathroom light off, you still have just enough light to see so you're not tripping over that cat, dog, cord, whatever. So that's a really big one too. All right, let's see if I can go to the next Any questions? Yeah.
This might be the wrong time for this
Nope.
question. I'm sure I read in the art magazine within the last year an article about falls. And it said when you fall, you have to relax. I don't know how you fall and relax. I guess,
Yep.
do you have any suggestions how to
Yeah,
relax?
nope.
That's what they said in this article.
Yeah, no. It just goes against our human nature to go, oh, I'm falling, I think I'll just, but if you think about it, a drunk driver runs into a pole, who doesn't get hurt? The drunk driver. Why? Because they really don't know what's going on around them and they're relaxed. So their body just does the ragdoll thing and they bounce right back.
Another thing we can use the koozie for.
Not promoting drunk driving so that you bounce around like a rag doll. No. I was just trying to use that as an example. There's always one in every class. So you see that car coming at you fast, and the first thing you do is, and you're tense and you get hurt. I don't have any tricks.
Okay, thanks.
I don't have any tricks.
I've
Nope.
got a couple trips. I got
No,
what you're supposed to
I
do.
think a lot, what we do say in some of the classes is, if you fall, and if you fall around someone, what's your first thought? Who's watching? Who saw me? Yep. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Just lay there. Lay there, get your wits about you, think about what hurts, what doesn't hurt, think about your plan of action. Where am I going to scoot on your butt? How am I going to get to the bucket with my phone in? You know, how am I going to get back on my feet and see, you know? So that's the only time that I could say, after you fall, then try to relax. But yes,
Okay.
I don't know.
Thought I'd ask
Yeah,
you.
no,
Figure it out.
good question. But
You know, I've heard
Yeah.
that for years. Don't catch
Mm-hmm.
yourself. But how do you not? It is so automatic.
Yep.
I
from the
a couple
time,
of times I have fallen. That's the first thing I do. It's
yeah, and going back to the toddler that's learning to walk, they fall without grabbing themselves because they have no idea. They're just like, donk, you know, where somewhere in those next few years, we're like, and it sticks with us. And so that's why it's really important to get those muscles and things. All right. This is the next one. So this one, Deb and I were just talking about the Stepping On program. Really great program. SSM offers it. Other places offer it. I'm hoping to do it in another location here in a few months. And what it basically does is teaches you a lot of this stuff that we're going over today, but more in depth. There's a pharmacist that comes and talks. There's a vision person that comes and talks. There's OT, PTs, and they come. And so you kind of get this really great one-on-one attention in these classes. And then each class we do some simple exercises. Not anything overexerting, just those things that strengthen those legs and those hips and the arms and things like that. I will say in Stepping On, more of it is just working on balance. Wouldn't you agree? You're not going to build huge muscles. It's not going to be like a cardio workout. It's going to be, you're going to use some of those muscles that you don't usually use. You're going to get them tight and fit, and then that's going to help your balance.
You do strength though 3 times
Right.
a week.
Strep.
Strength
Your balance ones you do every day. Your strength ones you do every other day. But yeah. But it's very easy, simple ones. And so anyways, I borrowed this video from the Stepping On program because I really couldn't find a better one that just talked about winter. Believe it or not, I had a sweatshirt on this morning. Winter is coming, no matter how much we want to deny that. But Wisconsin has the most falls out of any other state.
Again, the cruises.
yeah.
Could be the koozie. A lot of it is we have some pretty major falls happen during our nice winter weather.
You may walk.
Hi, everybody calls me Bud. I've been living in this place for over 40 years. We had quite a storm here the other day.
This was filmed in Madison, by
Thank
the way.
goodness my grandson shoveled a walk in the steps. Ice and I don't get along. I fell on the ice last winter. I'm lucky I didn't break anything. My physical therapist recommended a cane with an ice tip on it. It helps with the traction. I'm most fond of these. They give me pretty good footing on snow and ice. They're actually slippery walking on floors though, so I put them on close to the door. I'd best be getting out to the mailbox. The mail won't be coming in on its own. When I'm in the snow, I shorten my steps, and I make sure that my foot is planted well with each step. I take it slow. You never know when there's a patch of ice you can't see. Keep stepping on.
I love Bud. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on that video? So does anybody know what those, like the brand name of those things that you put on your feet are?
Yak tracks.
Yak tracks.
And they're wonderful.
Yes.
They are. Fleet, Dick's.
Yeah, I wish I'd kept the ones, I put them in my parents' estate sale. I was like, what art? Wish I would have kept them, because now I'm learning it's a really great thing to have on our winter.
Did you say yak tracks?
Yak tracks. Farm and Fleet, Menards, Dick's Sporting Goods, those type of places.
But they're not as easy to get on as they looked.
No.
Oh, no, you gotta pull
Yeah.
hard.
But that way they don't come off as easy either.
I put them on first and then put the shoes
Yeah.
on.
that-
Oh.
We put the yak tracks on and then put your boot on.
Oh, really? I learn
Yeah.
so much when I do these classes.
Yeah.
Or have a special pair of shoes that only have those.
Yeah, maybe there you could invent that.
I had a pair of ski poles that were too big, so I gave them to Judy because she's taller than I am. And she can tell you where she uses them. But if you have ski poles, you're not just one, you've got an even balance. And, you have more than just one side. So you can pick them up at a ski swap, maybe $10.
Yep.
And if you want me to show you what height they can be, I can tell you that. But tell us how you use your ski poles. Judy doesn't ski.
Oh.
No, I just use them.
Use them to?
I use them, and I put those cleat things on I have a pair of shoes I keep them on. And then if I go out to the mailbox or whatever,
Gives
get
you
the
that
paper,
extra.
I use the ski poles too.
Great,
You know.
good idea. Yeah, you can buy walking sticks.
It would be
Too.
kind of the same thing.
Yep.
Drop it.
I think the ski poles probably have a pokey.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
end,
that will
kinda
help.
more?
That
Yeah.
will help, especially if there's
Yeah.
a little bit of snow.
Yeah, but
And
I'm thinking like it during the summer and a walk in a park.
Oh, yeah,
You know, you could use
that's
the.
true.
When I
The
was-
cleat for the bottom of the cane was an interesting
Yep.
thing I didn't know about.
Yep. Mercy Mall carries those, Amazon. If you see a physical therapist often or that kind of thing, ask them, they'll get you one.
When I was leaving SSM earlier this week, a gal was using walking sticks, and I said, and I said, do those really help you? And she said, much more than a cane, because she said a cane, not only is it only one-sided, but you're bending with a cane, where the walking sticks, she is standing upright, and it's balanced, and she said, it's totally amazing the difference.
Yep, the cane is supposed to be shorter, so your arm is straight when you're using it, because when you have it higher and you bend your elbow.
Yep, it
Yeah,
causes your
no
balance
security.
issues.
But
Yep.
she said also having it on both sides
Yep.
is much better.
I think having a cane, walking sticks, and ski, have them all to your disposal. That way, am I going out to get the mail in icy weather? Am I going to the park to watch my grandkids? Or am I just in the house, you know? So yeah, all those are great, great things. Any other thoughts on the video? The really important thing to point out again too is if you wear those yak tracks, don't walk across your hardwood floors. One, you don't want to damage your hardwood floors, but two, they are slippery. So we taught in the Stepping On class, we talk about this video a lot, and I have said a couple times, I would have liked to see him put on his yak tracks last, even though, because he got up, got his coat, he could put his coat on. Got up, got his phone, he could have put his phone in his pocket. And then he could have sat down, put on his jack tracks, went right to the door.
It's hard to bend over though if you have your coat on.
Yeah,
True.
it's a lot of extra.
It's
True.
a lot extra work. to
True.
do that.
Or maybe bring his coat to the chair. That might be better.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, especially our big bulky winter.
Yeah.
Good point. Yes.
Also, don't try to drive with the act tracks on.
Oh my goodness.
Some people do.
I
Oh.
like your idea. One pair of shoes.
Drive with the act
That's kind of
tracks on.
scary.
That's all I
That's
have.
kind of scary because you wouldn't really feel the bottom of your foot where you're, yeah. Okay, so I think exercises are really important. So I'm going to hand these out, and we can definitely. Is there an extra chair that I could sit?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just show you a couple exercises. These are not the exact ones that we use on stepping on. I didn't have rights to.
I'm sorry, no, no, no.
You know what I was gonna do is just slide.
Didn't
and
have-
take that one.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Oh, look at that.
you very
Thank you.
much.
I didn't have rights to hand out a lot of the stepping on things. I did get permission to borrow this video, but so I got the next best ones printed that a lot of the therapists use. But we talked about that strength in the lower body, and that was on my PowerPoint, but I also said that upper body is really important too, those hands and those wrists. So, and why do we think, well, I'm going to reach out, but the bathtub is a really, really dangerous spot, isn't it? How many of you still have to climb over your bathtub to get into your shower? Yeah. That's a really stepping in is slippery. Stepping out is slippery because now my body's all wet and I'm dripping, that kind of thing. So we don't necessarily want a lot of throw rugs, but a rug to catch that water when you step out of the bathtub is a good place to have one if you can't part with your rugs. So, and like I said, if you can have those grab bars installed, those are really helpful, really helpful. Okay, so I'm going to steal one only because I don't have it memorized. But the one that Deb was talking about is just simply stand behind a chair at home and you're just going to lift those heels. So in stepping on, we count to 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, rest for 2. 1, 2. And you do 10 of those. If you can't do 10, start with 5. If 10's too easy, do 20. Add ankle weights, those type of things.
Can I just say a little
Yep.
hint that I learned? The best time to do that kind of stuff is when you put something in the microwave. You've got 60 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever.
Yes.
It's exercises. That way you don't waste time.
Yes, and the same, like kind of my idea of standing in a line, waiting. Yes, yes,
So I'll
yes.
do that or push-ups against the counter of the
Yep,
microwave.
perfect,
all different
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you do those heel raises, you want to balance it out to stretch out those calves, is just a few seconds of lifting your toes like this. And make sure, because that's a really, it's your body, as my body wobbles, it's because, oh, she needs to balance. So make sure you have a counter or a chair to grab yourself, or just, I like to do just one finger. It gives me the security of, I'm not going to go backwards or that kind of thing. Some of these exercises are really simple as far as, you're watching your TV. Sit nice and straight in your chair. Get that support on your back, straight up, and then just a simple, did you have a knee replacement? Is that one of your?
Yes.
Yep, I did too in this knee. And I do this all the time because this knee, even after over a year, is still weak. So just simple lifts and down. Nice and slow. You can do that easy. So we kind of want to do some of those things with our arms too. So if we're just sitting, hopefully your neighbors are not watching you through the window, but just sit and watch TV in simple thing called butterfly wings or butterfly circles or something. So super easy. That's gonna build these muscles through here, tighten this through here. So if you do have to grab yourself in a fall. Another class I teach is called Strong Bodies, and we do a lot more things with weights. But one that I found is really, really helpful is to sit like this, put 3-pound weights in your hands, and just do wrist curls. So it would just be this. Easy, up and down. You don't have weights, you don't want to buy weights, you got canned peas and corn, hold those. If going up like this hurts, so you know most of you probably know the feeling between ooh, I'm working a muscle and this really hurts. You don't want it to hurt. You just want to feel that muscle working. Do this. I had surgery on this thumb, and this is how I do it with weights because it pulls on that scar tissue. But so just like that. So easy. Things you can do. Watching TV. Warming something up in the microwave. Standing in line at the grocery store. So I'm not going to go over all these, but they're pretty simple. If those are really super exercises for easy, and you want to do a little more just to get the heart ticking a little bit, you can do, you know how most of the time the exercise classes, they're really making, you know, and do them in a chair. You're still, see how your body's twisting, getting that core strength. It's working your hips, and I'm working my arms. So, any questions on those? Tons of little short videos on YouTube. You can put on your phone or on your TV and just do chair.
While you're watching them.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Yep, exactly. All right. Any other thoughts? We got a few minutes. Let's play games and have fun now. Not that we weren't having fun before. Just, yes.
I know you can't promote, at least I don't think you can promote stepping on in here.
Not
But
too
if
much.
you have not taken stepping on, sign up for it. I think it was $10 because you got the weights. But
Yes, it's a very minimal.
Is it 6 or 8 weeks?
I think it was 7.
Okay,
The 8th week is that reunion.
okay. Anyway, take it. It's amazing. We just finished last week. They finished the current class. But it is amazing what the exercises do. My philosophy when I took it is I can't change my biological age. I can slow down the aging process. And I was not one to exercise. And I can tell you it's made an amazing difference in my quality of my life. And I'm 73.
Thank you for the testimonial. Yes.
Are we supposed to be able to stand on one foot with our eyes closed? I can't do that anymore.
I don't think so. In this Strong Bodies class that I teach, which is more exercising, they do have you do the stork hold. So if you want to practice balance, make sure you have something and do this.
Oh, okay.
So, and it can be this. It can be your foot at your ankle, your foot at your calf, or above your knee, which I can't do.
With your eyes open.
Yes, or eyes open. I don't know why
That's
it's
also
important.
in the strengthening exercises for
Yes.
stepping on.
So you just do the stork hold like this. Start out 30 seconds. In a week or two, go to a minute, work yourself up to 2, and use this chair for balance, but then after a while,
Right.
that's a good balancing one too. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a good one.
I
Make
was
sure
going
you-
to say the stepping on class and many other classes that is helpful for people of our age. You can find by calling the ADRC.
Correct.
Through the county, the Aging and Disability Resource Center, and they have many of these classes that are
great
free
classes.
or minimal in
Yes.
price, and that will help you strengthen, it's just all kinds of great
Yes,
classes. so-
diabetes,
Yes,
colon health. There's
Yes.
just a ton of them.
bladder health.
Yes. Yes, and the stepping on is SSM and the ADRC did collaborate on that together. The Strong Bodies class I do is through the UW extension, and if any of you are interested, I can give you my card so that I can let you know when those are coming up. So the one I'm teaching on Tuesday, that started on Tuesday, is full, but so that's good. That's good. All right. Anybody want to walk up and spin the wheel? Answer the question. You don't have to have the right answer. If you have the wrong answer, we figure it out together.
Oh, come on.
I've been told to do it.
Okay.
I always do what I'm told.
You look like you have a lot of strength, so just spin my wheel a little bit. Boy, I take this to
Does
the.
it go this way? Or?
Either way. I take it to the oh.
No.
Hey, my clicker. Gotta have the
I
clicker.
can stop it anywhere I want.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I take it to the farmers markets, and those kids are like, you know.
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune.
Whew. All right, give her a spin now. That's a good spin. Loud. Where do the majority of falls happen? In a store, around the house, in a crowded room, walking outdoors.
Around the house.
Around the house. Good. Here you go, sir.
Oh, I do?
Yes, this is our fall prevention bag.
I'd just like to thank the Academy.
One thing I wanted to show you in there, some of the exercises on there show like resistant bands. This is a set of those resistant bands right here. So you can simply sit in a chair. I won't take these out. Put these resistant bands under your feet and do this. Oh, yeah. Another. So if you don't want weights, you know, to drop on your toe, you can use those. So those are in here too. As I said before, I unfortunately did not bring enough, but there's something I can get my hands on. So if you would like one, and you don't win one in the next 7 minutes, let Maureen and I know. If you come to the library often, and you can just check with Maureen, I'll make sure she gets a pile of them to give out. Anyone else want to come up and spin the wheel? Or you can, okay, do you want me to, yeah. This is a way for me to get you up and moving. Oh. Give it a little spin. Yeah. That's as long as it goes all the way around. Name a couple hazards around the house that may cause a person to fall.
Okay, the throw rugs, the pets, the extension cords, and the booze.
And the booze, yeah. Watch your drinking. Good job. Anyone else?
I'll do it.
All right.
We gotta get some women up here.
Yeah.
We gotta represent you.
Get some girl power going. There you go. That was a perfect spin. Some medications, including over-the-counter and herbal supplements, can increase your falls. True or false?
I'll say true.
True is right. Looky, you had help from your
Yeah, I did.
help from your fall family here. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes. So even supplements. I'm a big supplement taker. I like to do some of that natural stuff, but still read on it because some of it still makes you a little when you first take it.
I'm a master herbalist, and so I've studied herbs for 40 years. And herbs are not necessarily this lovely, fun thing. And so if you're taking medication, make sure your doctor knows the herbs you're taking, or you go to someone, a naturopath or someone who understands those and knows how to work with your medications, because sometimes the two do not mix. And so as much as I am a fan of herbs, and natural medicine, you have to be, it is not innocuous.
Right.
You could carry a list of all those things in your pocket.
And there is a PDF for herbs and their interactions with regular medicine. So you can look some of that up, but still,
Yes.
talk to professionals.
Healthcare providers are so much better than they used to be about, there was 20 years ago, I'd be like, oh, I'm not telling them what supplement I take.
No,
you know?
they'd get mad at you sometimes.
But yes, but now so many good suggestions,
Yes.
like, I know you really want to take this supplement, but this med is going to interact, so yeah. All right, let's give out some more prizes.
Me and my brace.
No, it looks fashionable. I love it.
Well, thank you.
Her question is, which footwear is the safest to wear? Slippers, flip-flops, high heels, or non-slide sneakers?
How about going with the sneakers?
You're right. Go with the sneakers. Yes, there you go. And
sneakers that don't have ties. How's that?
What was the
oh,
last?
as long as they have a good sole and tread.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Much better than what I'm wearing today.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What was the last one?
Non-slip sneakers, so tennis shoes.
Okay.
Yep, and those are great that you have on. Look like they're secure on your feet. You have them tight. They got some sole. I can see the tread from here, so yeah. Slippers are a big one. We talk about that a lot. I like my slippers. But if you can pick a safer slipper that has like the back on it instead of the ones that your foot slides into, they say those are probably safer for you. But all right, we've got a couple minutes left. I'm going to put more bags up here to tempt you guys. I got a couple more. Anybody? Oh, good. Here she comes. Let's see if we can get a different. If we get the same question, just spin again. Which vitamin helps absorb calcium into our bones and helps us stay strong? Is it vitamin C, D, or B12?
D.
D is correct. Yes, help yourself. Right, D.
Like in boy?
D as in David. Yep, D as in David.
I said Denver.
All right. Anyone else? Yes, come on up.
Name a couple hazards around the house that may cause an older adult to fall.
What are some things in your house that you think
The
to yourself?
cat.
Okay. Another thing in your house that you think I should think
Throw
about?
rugs are,
Okay.
throw.
Throw what, rugs in your house? Yeah.
Thank you.
You can, like Menards, Farm and Fleet, those type of places, just have like strips of like two-sided stickers for your rugs. And they even have ones that are shaped like corners, so you can put them on the corners.
Cool.
Keep those edges down. Okay. I heard someone over here say, I'll go next.
I was gonna say, when
I'm
that
ta-
corner's coming up, I think it's 2 ice cubes you put on there that you.
You know, I
don't
just
what they were.
I just
And-
heard
But
that.
I can't remember if it's 2 or what, and that holds it down, but yeah.
And it makes it wet so it forms to the ground when it dries.
That wasn't a very good spin.
Older adults who fall, even if they are uninjured, are at risk for another fall.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a repeat or not.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope,
good.
Go ahead.
But why is that?
The fear. We talked,
Okay.
you might have missed that when we were you made a run to do the papers. It's the fear of, now I've fallen, even if I've gotten hurt or not hurt, you have this internal fear of, I better not go out of the house, or it snowed, or I better not go to the basement. Because you get yourself so worked up with the fear of it that it sometimes causes social isolation. loneliness, depression, things like that.
And
So
all of those help cause falls.
yes, yes. So you want to do those exercises, and you want to stay active. You just want to be cautious. All right, I got 3 more bags. If anybody wants to do them quick before we finish, and like I said, please let Marina or I know if you would like one. I will surely get you one.
I'll use this, I've been sitting.
Yep.
Sitting.
Sitting for a while and you get up.
Yeah.
I'm that way in the car. If I drive a long ways, I step out and that one leg just feels kind of weak. And okay, good one. We haven't had this one. What should you do if a heavy item is out of your reach? Should you climb and pull it down while on your tiptoes? Should you use a stepladder? Should you use a reaching tool? Should you wait and ask for help?
How about a chair with wheels?
Yeah. You should probably wait
When I
for
redo
help.
this game, I'm going to ask that. I'm going to add that one. Yes, no climbing on chairs. Yes. Yes, the best answer is wait and ask for help if you can.
If it's not something heavy, if it's just a little box or something, a grabbing tool would
Yep,
probably work.
absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, that's a good one. There are safer step ladders. You want the ones that you're going to step on and has the handles on the side or on the side better than the front. And the rule of thumb there is don't go to the top. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I
At
have
least you
one
can
every
hold.
place. I short keeper.
Yes,
There's
I do
one
too.
in the kitchen, one downstairs, and one in the master closet.
So I had one of those super cheap plastic ones that I kept between my fridge and the counter because I can't reach the highest thing. And it's old. So it's seen all the weather, the other day, up on it, whoosh, down it went. I landed on my feet, so I was safe. But that's another thing. Are we climbing on something not so safe? Are we climbing on something with wheels?
It's motivation to buy.
Yeah, I'm going to go buy myself a nice one now.
The-
All right, I got 2 more
If
bags.
you've had a stool for a long time, if you check to make sure that the bottom underneath, that the rubber stops or whatever
Yes.
that are on the bottom
Yes.
hasn't worn
And
off.
I think that's exactly with my cheap plastic one. It used to have grippers, and I've used it so much that and I put on some weight, so it's probably like, okay, you're now 20 pounds heavier. I can't hold you, and it just went like Bambi. And I went down. Nope, landed right on my feet. But it got me thinking. I need to check.
Stool, things are too high.
Yeah, I know, but us short people, we can't.
Falling like that and landing on your feet is not
No,
good either, because it
no.
goes right up your backbone.
Yes, yes. I will say my lower back hurt for a day or two.
Yeah.
I was sore from that jolt. Okay, 2 more. This is a fall prevention class, so I don't want you to run toward the wheel. You want to spin for you? Okay, and then you go ahead, and then her and back will do the last one. Go ahead.
My girlfriends don't.
I know. I'll get to that. I think I'll get to that. I'm just like
Well, we
more
had that
seasonal
one.
stuff to the top.
So-
Oh, do we have that one all right?
Had that one too.
Okay, keep spinning. Let's see if there's one that. Oh, we had that one too. Here, let's see. Let's do this one. All right. Physical activity has been shown to be effective in reducing a person's fall. So we do some exercises and get strong and get some balance. Do you think it'll help with keeping us from falling? Yes, and if we fall, we possibly won't break as bad.
Or we scream for our husband.
Yes, yes. All right, and I'm gonna spin for you back there. All right, let's see. I might just,
trying to run it as
I think we might have. Oh, here we go. Falling can lead to which of the following negative mental health outcomes? Increased fear of falling again, loss of our independence, depression and confusion, or all of the above? All of the above. Yeah, good answer. Way to end it, all of us, knowing how important it is to keep ourselves safe. Any last questions? I hope that you all learned. Yes.
I couldn't help but notice when you went over and got the bag,
Mm-hmm.
and perfect example of what we shouldn't do.
Did my foot go under the cord?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Go to the back.
Yep. Yep. Cords are. Maureen, don't schedule me again. I guess. Yes, but that's really good that he noticed, and you can, I'm really glad that happened, because a lot of times we need to say to our partner, husband, wife, roommate, whatever, what you just did was dangerous. Please be careful. Don't want to pick you up.
And being aware.
And just being aware. So if we didn't learn anything else today, you've learned to be aware. Thank you. Yes, I hope that you all learned a few things today. Yeah.